is Sunrise on 7. Now, live from Brekkie Central, here's Koshi and Nat.
All right, time for a check of your weather to kick off this Monday morning. Grant Denyer, good morning to you.
Barrett's, after your extraordinary achievement, mate, over the last couple of days, do I have a special present for you today? Because I'm sure your diet is pretty much just consisted of what? Pasta, carb shots, hydrolyte liquid replacement, and a fair dose of bandages and Band-Aids. Yeah, exactly. Today, after all your hard work, mate, and with Easter around the corner, we're making chocolate. And not just any chocolate, award-winning chocolate that will tantalise your taste buds and reward the hard work that you've put in for the last couple of days. In fact, I brought two shirts today. One to catch the drool that'll just end up running down there as you go, for chocolate, as we have a look at the forecast. 50 degrees. Weather that will make your mouth water. I promise you that. See you shortly.
Excellent. Grant. Also will be...
Excellent. Good one.
Excellent.
Easter.
Exactly. We'll be picking your brains for tips for Sam Armitage. She is in week 3 of training for Dancing with the Stars. So
got
we
some
need
beauties.
Tips.
Oh, good. We'll talk later.
Yep.
All right.
Game on.
Coming up...
Now, I'm sure you're dehydrated. I'm sure you had to give away a lot of foods and guilty pleasures while you trained so hard. You are chock-hydrated. I thought you might be. I actually thought you might be.
Look at me.
Barrett's, and probably not only does your bottom probably look like one of those baboons that you see like in the zoo and you're pretty sore, but you want a wonderful reward. Now, Easter is just around the corner. Now, Nina's here in Gymea have taken out best chocolate in the last 6 years in a row at the Royal Easter Show. And let me just give you an idea why. Because fellas, let's talk. The ladies. The box chocolate thing, you know, not a lot of thought goes into that. Look at the kind of options that you can get these days in modern chocolates. That's a chocolate bottle of champagne. And look at that. Yeah, the old Milano Blahniks over here in the chocolate shoe. So,
very cool.
Hey, can I touch that, by the way? Can I pick that up? Okay, cool. You know how you're doing Dancing with the Stars? One little tip, if I can just give it to you, which will carry you all the way through, is you can't actually eat chocolate. So that's a bit torturous. Sorry about that.
Thanks, Grant. I thought you were going to offer some chocolate shoes for dance.
Over here, we can.
Oh, you can? Well, because they say statistically 9 out of 10 Australians love chocolate, and that final one apparently lies about it. So let's just put this on now, guys. If you can sort of whack the chocolate on the end, that will be unreal, because this is Belgian chocolate. They say the Belgians do it better than anybody else. You got to watch this melted nectar of the gods. Go over. Can we just get you to step to the left just a touch? Look at that.
Oh, now that's good.
If dreams aren't made of that, I don't know what is. That's why.
Can you put those in a cab and get them back here by the end of the show?
Yeah, absolutely. Who doesn't? Imagine just whacking a big spoon in there. That's what you need to do. Let's have a look at the forecast. You can see why, you know, award-winning sort of stuff, and then they get the conveyor belt sort of just moving along, and what that tends to do is just allow them to sort of start packing it and then start dressing it up into the area. So, thanks, George.
Have you seen what we've done?
Oh, 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds. 3-second rule.
That's good.
All right, Grant.
Beautiful.
It's the world's best job. I wonder if you get sick of chocolate working there. I'll have to ask
Do you think?
Them.
Yeah. Well, ask them. Not you. You're not working.
All right, Grant.
Ask the guy.
All right. Let's
Look at the weather on this glorious day, Grant. I've got to say in Melbourne, but nothing like where you are in the chocolate factory, just dipping your little finger in.
It just gets better and better, mate. When you cycle, you have a certain endorphin that your system produces just to help you cope with the arduous task of riding to Melbourne. That's fair to say. Endorphins? Yep. Well, get ready for a coronary of excitement for chocoholics today as we take a look at one of the greatest inventions of all time, without a question of a doubt. Yeah, antibiotics, whatever, chocolate. There is 2 kilos of red hot chocolate. And everybody knows the power of chocolate because, you know, chocolate produces the same chemical in your brain as the chemical that's produced when you fall in love. So that's why when we say we love chocolate, you actually do love chocolate. And men, we know the power of chocolate, don't we? You know, when you've been in trouble, you know the power of chocolate. You do, don't you? Yeah, you do. We all do. But it's how they make it that can be so intricate. For instance, look at this thing over here. Look at the rooster. Look at the detail that's gone into that. That won gold at the Royal Easter Show last year. That took 2 days to make, and it's absolutely delightful. In fact, such is the power of chocolate as we approach Easter. In the war, the French were actually given, the French troops were given chocolate during battle to keep the morale up and keep them focused and keep them happy. That's how powerful it is, which is kind of like when men give their wives chocolate when in trouble. It's the same kind of thing, battles. Great little example after our latest look at the weather. Here we go. Now, this is George. George is the owner of Nina's Chocolates here in Gymea. The process is actually quite simple. The chocolate is beautiful, but it is a craft, isn't it?
It certainly is a craft. It's you've got to use the best raw materials you can find. In this instance, we're using Belgian couverture, which comes from obviously Belgium, and it's just a wow product.
And it's scientifically proven to actually be healthy and better for you, isn't it?
Well, in moderation, everything is healthy and better for you.
Liar. Just get the guts out of that for you.
Right.
It is an extraordinary process. It is coming around the corner. And George, you know when I used to cook with my mum?
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah. You lick the wooden spoon.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Okay. There's not much in that, but don't bring it back. Just eat it all.
Yep. Yep. New South Wales Department of Health will be around there shortly, Grant.
Oh, just roll back in there, George. She'll be right. Oh.
Okay. All right. We all have a chocolate craving. Well, check in half an hour. It is 10 minutes past.
Being very excited towards the end of Tour de Cure to make the end destination. As kids around Australia at the moment, you think how excited they are with just Easter around the corner. Do you remember the memories of waking up in the morning, following an egg trail through the garden to pick the eggs up faster than your siblings? You know, that's the stuff that made childhood so magical. And when I was a kid, you know, when I thought about what job do I want to be when I grow up, I thought, what would look good on a business card? Chocolatier. I reckon that sounds pretty sweet. And the guys here are just so good. We thought we'd show you how much of a craft it is. That's an entire little doll's house made out of chocolate. That's a complete replica. So the guys here at Nina's Chocolates here in Gymea did that. And for a bloke who's been doing, you know, for a bloke who's the husband of a prego wife at the moment, a delightfully prego wife, and been doing a few midnight runs for cravings. Isn't that the cutest little thing there? Look at that. That's a chocolate bottle. Isn't that great? Not that that's an indication of the sex that we're having. Yes, exactly. Yes. Thank you very much. As we have a look at the forecast. 32. The real estate agents have gone nuts for the little chocolate house that they make here. So apparently you get that if you buy a house in the region around here. But it's like golf balls now. There's something for every occasion.
Cool.
Sticky date pudding, bombs, Baileys, mango, tequila sunrise, chili. I just tried a chili and it has a deep, deep aftertaste burn, and I have knocked something up for you guys. This is from me to you. Yay!
Yay! What on earth is that mess?
It's an elephant.
Ah, yes. That's what it was.
It is.
You don't really sound real appreciative.
Well,
yep.
Yeah.
Now, there is something on its way to the studio. We actually have organised something special. It's on its way via cab as we speak. See you in half an hour.
I knew if I put that idea out, it would catch on.
It is amazing psychologically. The more you watch Grant, the more you want chocolate. It's amazing.
The hungrier
all right, mate. See you soon.
Thank you.
Let's give away some cash.
Look at the weather and see. Now, you're in the home of chocolate this morning, and I'm so jealous, I've got to say.
And I'm sure you're looking forward to it, mate. You've been training for 6 months. You've been starving yourselves of all the things that you probably really do want in life, like chocolate. And after a 1,000K killer ride and a monstrous personal effort for you, we don't have a yellow jersey for you, but we do have a bit of a present, which is quite fitting for you. We're obviously down here at Nina's in Gymea in Sydney, which makes, you know, exquisite chocolate. And by the way, did you know the movie Psycho? You know, the one that, you know, the first horror film, Hitchcock ever?
Oh, yeah.
You know, the scene where the blood sort of goes down in the drain? That isn't actually blood, that's chocolate. They use chocolate to get that right context and texture and look in colour in the movie. So old Hitchcock was onto it. But Barrett's 1,000 Ks. Obviously, so much time in the saddle, it must feel like you've laid an egg. So we've actually got you one here as a present. There you are, my friend, your very own egg that says bum cream. You beauty, congratulations. Well deserved.
I've never had one of those before. That's good.
Not in an egg, but I reckon you've used a bit of cream over the time. Actually, the guys here wanted to make our Easter a little bit special. And what's Easter without chocolate? So they've been working hard at it. They've got one for Nat there. They've got an egg for Koshi. For the rest of the production crew and the team back in the office. But there's one missing. Where's Sam's? Sam, is hers finished yet? Don't worry about sending that invoice in, mate. Let's,
Reese can have it.
The weather. There's one little surprise still on its way, so hopefully it should arrive pretty soon, and it is impressive. So we'll see you in half an hour with a little gift from us to you.
Can't wait. Thanks very much, Grant. We'll see you very soon. Now,
It is infectious, isn't it?
you
It's
get
incredible.
nervous watching them every week, definitely.
Shortly, Dame Helen Mirren gets racy live on TV and the etiquette of inviting your ex to your wedding.
Would you do it? But straight ahead, news and sport, plus Grant has the taste-tempting weather. And how you can win your share of...
Well-earned rest, mate. Well done. It really was a fantastic stuff. Chocolate is a wonderful reward,
Thanks,
of course,
Judy.
as we face Easter. And, you know, for a hard-earned thirst, you need a big, cold egg. And the best cold egg are the ones behind... I don't know, just trying to make it up on the spot. We've been eating it for about 3,000 years. 3,000 years. In fact, so important is chocolate in our lives even today. The Aztecs, they used it as a form of currency way back then, and it's always been that important to us. And, you know, I have a kind of a bit of a life rule that I like to live by, and I'll share this with you now. There's 3 things that matter in life: good friends, good chocolate, and whatever the other thing is. So let's have a look at the weather, because coming up next, it gets a whole lot bigger and better towards Easter. Stay with us. Let's have a look at the forecast. You know how much I love you, and as far as I'm concerned, the bank of friendship will only survive so long with recent deposits of chocolate. So with that in mind, I think our little present may have arrived. It should be coming to you now. A little gift from all of us.
Holy dolly!
Look at the size
of it.
That is amazing.
That's,
Look at that.
Just
And
a little bit there.
You know, we've also got another little one that we received from you, Grant.
Yep.
A little slipper with, have a look at that. It says...
That's for Sam.
Don't
Dude,
know.
She got it?
That is
Just in heavy training.
That is just so mean.
I might just start with that little white one.
That's right. You may have it now.
No, go on,
with
Sam.
6 hours of dance training per day, Sam, you know how
Burning it
hard and so I just thought I'd give that to you just to see actually how strong-willed you really are.
Just a little love heart.
Just got hours ahead of you.
It was... the gift was just on behalf of George and everybody down here at Nina's in Gymea. They just wanted to say thank you and happy Easter. How big is that egg?
The big one is 6 kilo. No, that's an 8 kilo job, that one.
How big have you ever made an egg?
A 20 kilo.
20 kilo. This is the size.
This is the mould.
That's how big an egg you can make. So.
Wow.
And if you had given us more notice than
Not on
just
the floor.
Friday, we would have made you the big one.
Maybe on the desk so it doesn't get dirty.
But yeah, this is a very cumbersome one to make.
it's
But
nice.
yeah, that's the mould we use.
Well, good on you, mate.
Thank you so much. We love your show, and this.
He's
Thank you for
cracked it.
being here with us. Thank you. And I hope everyone has a
It's not
great, happy.
Easter yet. You know how you...
I think it's just
broken.
broken.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that's why.
They're into it. They're into it already.
weeks away.
Have a great day, guys.
All the
Happy
best.
Easter.
Thank you.
Don't mind the hands.
Did you realise we were still talking?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
Beautiful.
Lucky it's the end of the day.
we're just trying it.
That chocolate is good.
It's good, isn't it?
Well, that's it. Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Grant.
Thank you,
See you guys.
Davina, as well.
Love you. Bye.
The cash car's eating it off the floor.
Okay, that's a bit gross.
Bit of a grass. It's a chocolate milkshake. Jump up and down.
That is good.
Time for entertainment news now. And we're presuming that it's not their choice, and many say it is. But what if it isn't, Kim?